Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning. Okay, today we here to talk about the impact of COVID-19 toward our environment. Before we start, I would like to introduce my fellow presenter. Okay, the first presenter is Harimin bin Haris. The second presenter Muhammad Yusri bin Abu Bakar. The third presenter Muhammad Muaz bin Ramli. The fourth presenter Muhammad Syazwan bin Mustapa. And the last presenter is myself, Muhammad Kamalkhairie bin Riduwan. Okay, so let's go to our introduction. As the earth getting older, the environment getting worse. Back in 2017, United Nations has stated that the world only have 20 years to be safe before it get worse or climate change cannot be undone. In 2020, the new coronavirus has generated big impact in most countries of the world. Based on the statistic released by World Health Organization, more than 2 million people and spread to the almost every country in the world, which is 213 countries in total, caused death around 130,000 people. Therefore, the most countries right now are trying to fight the spread of virus with specific COVID-19, screening, tests and establishing standard operation procedures (SOP), such as social distancing and lockdown. All this while we only see the negative effect of COVID-19 to the world.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Yusri bin Abu Bakar. My matrix number is 50214219041. So I will be presenting about literature review. We have found 5 research articles and online research related to our topic. So first, a research by NASA on the view from the satellite on the environment changes during the COVID-19 lockdown. So second one, a research taken from Science Direct with a topic indirect effect of COVID-19 to the environment. So the third one, a research from Science Direct with a topic changes in air quality during lockdown in Barcelona, Spain. So the fourth one, a research taken from phys.org with a topic coronavirus has created condition for unique environmental science global experiment. And the last one, a research taken from United Nations Conference Trade and Development with a topic environmental impact of coronavirus challenge ahead. So the first topic, which is the research by NASA on the satellite view on the environmental changes, clearly that we know COVID-19 virus do change the world lifestyle and slightly improve the quality of our environment. So, National Aeronautic and Space Administration, NASA, world leading aerospace research agency, stated that COVID-19 does give impact to our environment, not in a bad way, but a good way. So, the research is intended to see how the world responses by travel bans and lockdown orders are impacting the air quality around the world, especially airport. Airport are said to be the hottest spot for the releases of nitrogen dioxide, NO2. Release of the nitrogen from the airplane will form formaldehyde, which indicate the formation of ozone and another air toxin. So breathing in this surrounding can cause coughing, throat irritation and chest pain. So next, moving on the next topic, which is the research taken from Science Direct with a topic indirect effect of COVID-19 on the environment, focused on Wuhan, China. In this research, I have classified into 5 effects of COVID-19 on the environment. So first, during COVID-19, there is a decreasing in concentration of nitrogen dioxide, NO2, and particulate matter 2.5, which is the diameter, as known as PM 2.5. These are two matter which included in the air pollution the most. So during COVID-19, most of the country has banned travelling and others lockdown. This has caused the reduction in transportation usage and operational of factory. Research covered in Wuhan, China states that China implemented strict traffic restriction and self-quarantine, and this action generated changes in air pollution. The NO2 and PM2.5 has been decreasing a lot in 367 cities. The Copernicus Sentinel-5P satellite has captured the nitrogen dioxide concentration on the other countries too, such as Rome, Madrid, and Paris. All has been showing decreasing of nitrogen dioxide and PM2.5. So next, the effect of COVID-19 are reduction of environmental noise level. So, environmental noise is defined as an unwanted sound that could be generated by anthropogenic activities, for instance, industrial and commercial activities. The lockdown effect has caused the use of private and public transportation decrease significantly. Also, commercial activities have stopped almost entirely. All this change has caused the noise level to drop considerably in most cities in the world. Other than that, during lockdown, waste has been increased. As lockdown implemented, all the consumer has been shopping through the online. Food shipping packets are mostly in plastic and other inorganic material. So this has caused the increasing in waste. Furthermore, the medical waste is currently rising as the usage of mask, glove, tissue, and other antiseptic material. Hospital in Wuhan has produced an average in about 240 metric tons of medical waste per day during the outbreaks. So, the COVID-19 lockdown has also effect on the cleanliness of the beach. The quarantine has decreased the tourists from coming to the beach, thus causing the decreasing pollution at the beach too. And lastly, the reduction in waste recycling in some area. In USA, they have stopped the recycling program in some of their cities, as authorities has been concerning about the risk of COVID-19 to spread in the recycling center. Moving to the next topic, research taken from Science Direct. The topic is changes in air quality during lockdown in Barcelona. So Spain has become the third most affected country after US and Italy, and recorded the second highest number of deaths because of the virus after Italy. So the restriction measures are mainly oriented on flattening the pandemic curve, but at the identical time, quarantine of the population, reduction of transportation, and most of the economic activities led to substantial decrease in road traffic and consequently in levels of urban pollution. The view from the satellite has seen a drastically changes on the concentration of nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter 10, or as known as PM10, around Barcelona, Spain. The air quality was expected to improve as the lockdown order has restricted the public from travelling and decreasing of transportation usage.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Syazwan bin Mustapa. My matrix number is 5021119108. Now I would love to continue my friend explanation about the crucial point. Okay, for the next literature review is Duran is a co-founder of the Integrity Megacity Carbon Project in Los Angeles. as a part of a global network of urban pilot projects that track greenhouse gas emission across geographic scale and economic sector to support effort to mitigate climate change. That is because multiple measurement types and sophisticated computer model are required to distinguish the effect of highly variable atmosphere and the complex interaction between human and natural process that govern emission and removal of atmospheric gases. Researchers are racing to collect atmospheric and other data which they can use to assess their climate model and determine the extent of the impact of the coronavirus on the environment and the human health as it relates to pollution and air quality. Okay, for 2.5 is for your information, UNCTAD is United Nations Conference on Trade on Development and Development. Putting in a nutshell, what we have learned about the environmental benefit and risk of sharp drop in global economic activity will certainly help us to better understand the mechanic of environmental degradation in a future crisis-free world. Many of the environmental challenges caused by the coronavirus crisis will gradually resolve on their own once the crisis come to an end and previous level of economic activity resume. United Nations Conference on Trade and Development support include methodologies for market assessment and trade-related responses as well as means to reinforce direct linkage with sourcing business interested in restoring a sustainable flow of natural input. Based on all the problem, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development Sustainable Trade and Environmental Program stand ready to elaborate coronavirus adaptation and resilience strategy. Okay, I will explain about the research methodology. This research is about 100 respondents from various social background, include the student at the University Kuala Lumpur Malaysia French Institute, UNIKL-MFI, are required to answer the survey. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I'm going to continue with data collection and analysis. So before we start, my name is Harimin bin Haris. So as you know, we're supposed to get minimum of 100 respondents to answer the survey, and fortunately we achieved more than that, which is around 140 response. So I would like to thank you to everyone who participate in this survey. Okay, now for the first question in the survey, we asked about the age of our respondent. So based on the pie chart, we can see that out of 140 respondents, 75% of them are aged around 21 to 25 years old. 18.6% of them are 26 to 30 years old, and another 6.4% are respondents aged from 31 to 35 years old. Okay, next, in the second question, we asked respondents to rate their obedience towards the movement control order, which is lockdown, that ruled by the government in order to prevent the COVID-19 virus from spread throughout the country. Okay, the data collected are shown by using a bar chart. So from the chart, it can be seen that most of the respondents do follow and cooperate with the MCO, which is stated on the data, 89.9% of them rated 7 and above. And now we're going to the third question in the questionnaire. In the questionnaire, we asked the respondent to choose statements that they think are correct, and they can choose more than one statement. So the statement that we state are about climate change or global warming. So the finding attributed in the bar chart. So as we can see from the chart, 85.7% of the respondents agree that human being is the reason why climate change or global warming happening right now. This kind of things happen because we as humans always take the earth for granted. So the data also showed that 72.1% of the respondents were aware of global warming, but we can see that most of it are from social media rather than the news. Why? Because in this statement, only 40% of the respondents agree that news not giving enough information about the current situation, especially about the global warming. So it's not really give awareness to the people. Okay, now we move to the next question. In this question, we ask respondents to state their level of agreement for a certain statement on the impact of COVID-19 towards the environment. The data are presented in the table, and the finding shows that 66 out of 140 respondents agree from their naked eye level of air pollution currently decreasing in their area. But not most of the respondents agree that river is getting cleaner during this COVID-19 seasons. Besides, closing of factories during the lockdown definitely helped in the reduction of gas release to the environment, also help making the river much cleaner with the stop of liquid disposal to the river that done by certain factories before. And that is why most of the respondents, which is 70 of them, strongly agree by closing of factories can help reduce level of pollution. In addition, 106 respondents agree amount of carbon release is decreasing during this COVID season due to less number of transportation on the road and also less number of people going out. So global temperature is said to be higher because climate change that currently happening, but because of the virus, the temperature level is said to be decreased compared to last year, and this statement were agreed by most of the respondents, and there's also research done by professional agencies such as NASA, and it is approved. Okay, now we move to the last question. In this last question, we ask an open-ended question which require respondent to give a simple answer. So, based on the topic which is lifestyle practice to help improve the environment, especially during the COVID season. So from the table, we have divided into a few type of activity group based on the answer, which is reduce pollution, reduce waste, to save nature, and to prevent the spread of COVID-19 virus into the environment. So first group from the finding is the practice lifestyle to reduce the level of pollution. So some of the respondents did practice not to do an open burning. This is because this activity is said to equally the same as the use of vehicle in terms of releasing harmful gas to the environment. Use of public transport is one of the good examples to reduce the release of nitrogen oxide gas from the vehicle. During the lockdown, people are advised to contain themselves at home, and it resulted to the less use of vehicle. Next, in the second group, respondents are said to be practice the lifestyle to reduce waste substances. Increase the use of online shopping during the lockdown show that the world is progressing, and it's a good thing. But too much of it can give a negative effect, such as there will be too much waste substance of packaging box and plastic. Fortunately, based on the finding, certain respondents did help improve the environment by not doing online shopping, but some did still use the medium, including myself, but only to buy necessary things. This kind of acts important in helping for better environment, as it helps reduce the amount of waste. There are also respondents help the world by practice 3R, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Next, third group, named as Save Nature. Certain activity like gardening is important in terms of increase the amount of oxygen consumed for the human, also to keep the world cooler and prevent global warming. Other than that, by reduce the use of electricity also will help prevent the climate change from continuing. The results are proved by Earth Hour campaign in Thailand. By switch off electricity for an hour during the Earth Hour campaign helped to reduce 102 tons of carbon dioxide. Last but not least, the final group, practice lifestyle to prevent COVID-19 from spread into the environment. Most of the respondents follow the recommended safety of protocol SOP by the World Health Organization WHO during this COVID season. The SOP is by stay at home, by practice social distancing at least 1 meter, use hand sanitizer, and wear mask every time going out. So besides, all the SOP are said to be the new normal for everyone around the world, as it's going to take a long time before the virus fully gone. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muaz bin Ramli, ID 5021-421-9056. So, I will present about conclusion and recommendation. For the conclusion, COVID-19 is a global pandemic and serious threat to human health which hurt the economic activities. But it is also considered as a blessing in disguise, where pollution is reducing and nature is reclaiming itself. We have never had a better chance to make a greener world. COVID-19 has delivered unusual environmental benefits, such as cleaner air, lower carbon emissions, a respite for wildlife. This positive impact on environment may be temporary, but governments and individuals should learn from this lockdown on how to reduce pollution on long-term basis. Worldwide lockdown has provided on a good opportunity to realize our pressure on nature and passion of nature. Therefore, successful control of pollution sources can give a lively earth, and it can establish the right for life in our planet Earth. For the recommendation, in view of the discoveries and conclusion of the study, coming up next are a few suggestions to be thought of. First, as the climate change or global warming still happening, the government should make rules that limit the release amount of harmful gases into the environment, especially for the factories. Second, government can limit the amount of vehicle on the road by letting only cars with license plate and in an odd number to be used on the odd numbered date and vice versa. And lastly, news stations have to provide much more info on things that currently happen in the environment around the world to give awareness to everyone on the environment issue, and so that people can also take an action in helping improve the environment. Thank you.